Righty, how you going, guys? So welcome back to NZ Marko Kustoms. So, I'm going to do some little short pieces with this video. So these ROLOC, whatever you want to call them, these are called roll wrap discs. So this is still the first 3-inch one that I've been using. Now I made, it's not that it's very big, but this air cleaner adapter for this carburetor. So that was a piece of tube that we cut and shrunk down, and then obviously had to grind and blend up so we could get it back into here, and then made this little tab from there. What else was I doing with it yesterday? Just trying to think what all. So it's now Wednesday, so I've just ground down a heap of bolts, shaved all the heads down on some bolts for the wheels. So all those coach bolts in there, I ground down all the heads with them. Basically took all the writing and everything off to there. What else have I done? I've done about 3 or 4 little jobs just in the last couple of days. Not big stuff. Like I haven't been hammering the crap out of them, but I've been using this fairly regularly for the last 3 days. Just trying to think what else. What else have I been making? Oh yeah, I modified this that thing that's white hanging up there, which is a fuel gauge. For that, we had to modify. It was made out of that pot metal. It's got a steel bracket that runs through the back of it, but all the pot metal piece on the back, it was all cracked and starting to fall to pieces. So I made a steel bracket and bits and pieces to hold all the bits and pieces on the back of it. I made that and then ground it all up with this. And a few other bits and pieces. Like I've used this for quite a lot, just lots of little things in the last few days. And that disc is holding up fairly well. It's starting to get fairly worn on the edges now. But like I just, shaved down the heads of 24 bolts. I'm pretty impressed with them so far. I am. They're fairly solid. So that's these ones here. So yeah, I've only used one. This is the first one. I'm still going. It's still got a lot of grip left in the middle. It is getting fairly hammered out on the outside edge, but it's still quite rough. I'm pretty freaking impressed. Like I know the smaller 2-inch ones, I've used this a couple of times. You can see that that's got a wee bit of wear on it. I haven't used this one a lot. But I know the green ones that I had, which I've still got the centres of, which I'm going to use in just tiny little spots. So you're going, yeah, there. These here, they're not bad either, but they don't seem to be as heavy in the backing as these. These are quite a bit thicker, quite a bit more robust. These are alright. These aren't too bad, but different brand. I don't know what brand these are. But yeah, these Euromark ones, not Euromac, Euromark ones so far, being Wednesday. So I got these. I opened this packet or the delivery on Saturday morning, and I've used them Monday, Tuesday, and today, doing just little jobs to get stuff finished for this Studebaker. Just lots of little funny jobs. Oh, like I shaved down some, not that it's really much, but what do you want to call it? The spark plug terminals, they sent us the wrong ones, because these are like really the old style with that little twist off top, and then you stick the terminal over top and then you wind the nut back on. They sent us the ones that were right angles that would slip over top of a normal one now. So we can't get the other ones, well, not quick. We wanted to try and get it together and at least run them. If we get the proper little ones, we may change them at some point, but they might be fine. But I shaved these, I knocked the thick part off and then shaved these down to where I was happy with them, with that yesterday too. Just lots of little jobs. Yeah, and they are handling pretty well. I did catch one a little bit when I was making some bits and pieces, and it did tear a little bit off, but some of those green ones, I've struck a couple of times where it's might have hooked on the edge a little bit, and it's actually just freaking cut the whole edge off, where this here sort of caught and just tore a little piece off it. They're pretty solid. I'm pretty impressed. So yeah, we'll keep using it for the next few days, and I'll add to this video, but so far, very impressed. Alrighty guys, a bit more of an update on these roll rack discs from Euromark. This is still the first 3-inch one. It's getting pretty beaten now. I've been using this, I haven't changed this yet. This is still the same disc. You can see that it's still got, where it's got the pad on it, it's still got a lot of grip on there. Like it hasn't worn off badly, if you know what I mean. We are getting down, obviously. I've got hooked up a couple of times and tore a bit of meat off it. But I've been, I've been using that all week. What's today? Monday, Tuesday. So, was it last Saturday? Oh, what is what's the date on that? Yeah, so today's the 20th of September. I ordered them on the 8th. And I got them on the weekend. So yeah, I've had these 10 days. Still using that same 3-inch. I've used this one a couple of times to just do some, in some smaller areas, obviously where I couldn't get the bigger one in. But I've made, I wouldn't say I've done a heap of fabrication, but I've done a fair bit of fabrication. Lots of little small pieces, and I'm still using that one. I could obviously trim it up and make it a bit tidier, and chop it down to a 2-inch. You know, we're still above that 2-inch size. So yeah, I think I'll just keep using it and using it and using it. And when it gets down to close to the 2-inch, then I'll put it on this one, if you know what I mean. Am I going to buy 2-inch ROLOC discs now? I don't know. I might have a few on hand, just in case I need the 2-inch, but I think I'm just going to buy 3s. We'll see. I might just keep a few on hand, just in case I haven't got a 3-inch that's down, because these do last. They last really, really well. I've got this hooked up in a couple of sharper edges occasionally, just recently, and it's done a little bit of damage to it, obviously, but it hasn't torn it completely to pieces. These are pretty freaking hard backings. They take some abuse. I'll give them that. They do take some abuse. So yeah, it's done pretty fucking well. It really has. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised how well these have lasted. When I first started using it, and I thought, oh yeah, it might be going to disappear pretty quick, but as you can see on that, if I can get that to focus, there's a lot of grip left on that, and it still grinds it back pretty fucking quick. They definitely, like, it would be interesting to try a 3-inch one of these, but they definitely, just for straight out lastability, the 3-inch well and truly pay for themselves. Like for the extra few cents for a 3-inch disc over a 2, yeah, no brainer, eh? Like, but I'm very impressed with these. So would I recommend them? Hell yes. Like, they are, like, I wish I had one of the cutting discs. I'll get some of the cutting discs. I'm going to get some of the flappy wheels and a few other bits and pieces. Are they cheaper than other stuff? No, they're about that same sort of mid-range price to slightly higher end, but when something lasts as good as that. I actually hope they actually make, I haven't had a good look yet to see whether they make these. I've seen them, this little Scotchy Brights and these, but I need to be actually nice to know if they actually make those 3M type Scotch Bright things, because I'd really like to see how well they last. But yeah, so far, highly impressed with these. If you're in New Zealand and you use a bit of this stuff, buy some, try them, tell me what you think. Because I know there's a few of you out there that watch, so if you are doing a bit of work like I'm doing, and you, like, I've been using the flappy wheel quite a bit just recently because I've been doing quite a bit of heavier welding, you know, and you want to knock that heavy stuff off, but these here are just so fucking good for detailing. Way more, so much easier than using a flappy wheel. Like, they're good to knock that heavy shit off. You know, unless you want to do some really heavy grinding, then you obviously use a disc to pull down like any big thick welding. If you really want to do that, then you can dress it up a bit with that, and then come along and detail with one of these, or detail, you know, a bit of panel steel or something like that. These are so fucking good. Really impressed. So yeah, if you're in New Zealand, I'm going to ask these guys when I next talk to them whether they have, whether they are in other countries, you know, and maybe what some of the websites are, or where they're available, because I think some other people would be pretty impressed with them, especially to get what they think of them. But so far, from what I've used, the different stuff, ones that I've used, different brands, these outperform them by miles. Those green ones were okay, but yeah, I've thrashed the crap out of that for 10 days, just doing lots of little fab work, and it's still surviving, and it's still bigger than a 2-inch disc. So, yeah. Again, you can just see what I've worn off it, but yeah, it's hanging in there, and it's got good grip still. Like, it's got, you know, it is, the edge has gone off it, but it's still, it still cleans it up, shit up quick. Or sometimes, you know, some of the other ones are a bit worn and it's taken a while. You sort of really thrash it to death to try and get it to clean up, or you're looking for another one. But yeah, I've been using that for 10 days, doing fab, so lots of little jobs, cleaning up stuff, whatever. Work nice, really do. Righty. cut back pretty quick, pretty fast.
Welcome to Iron Outlaws. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this.